Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Miners. We will start very soon. We are going to let lots of people join in here to this very interesting Twitter space we're going to have with the team from Binance. So do we have them here? I think I see one. I will try and unmute you, sir. So we have Rohan is here. Rohan, maybe if you ask to speak, I can unmute you. We are waiting for Rohan and Humsa Khan. Rohan Asif and Humsa Khan is here from Binance team to speak with us today. We are very happy to have you here, guys. I just need to find you so I can unmute you.
Hi guys, can you hear me now?
There he is. Hello, Rohan. Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. So I'll start with my brief introduction. So thank you so much guys for joining us and obviously getting us the privilege to be part of this amazing space that we're going to schedule today. And I'm really thankful to the team Crypto Miners, Mary, for the brief introduction about ourselves. So basically, this is Rohan Asif, and I'm the community manager for Binance Pakistan. And I am primarily responsible for managing the social media assets, online and offline activation that you're going to see for Binance in the region. So yes, that's a brief introduction from myself, and we'll have a mate joining as well in a while.
Yes, do we have Humsa Khan as well here today, Rohan? Thank you for that
Yes, you're going to be
introduction.
joining. Let me double check. You're going to be joining us, and we can, I think, can start with it.
Yes, it's lovely to have you here, guys. So he's not here yet, you mean? We will wait a little bit for him.
Yes, he's not here. Let's wait for a minute or two, then we can kick start.
Sure. Maybe you can tell us how you started in crypto while we wait for him. He probably knows that already.
Definitely, no worries. So I think the crypto journey for everyone is kind of interesting. When you start off, you make quite a lot of. It's a rough ride, right? Whenever you're starting off, you're wondering how you can make quick bucks. You have obviously when you open Twitter, you see a lot of people sharing different acronyms like GM, then Lambo, and all that stuff. You always hear about the Lamborghini stories, how people got a lot of money out of it, right? But obviously, there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to explore. So when I started my journey, when I completed my graduation and masters, so I was started working with a tech startup, namely Kareem as well. And with that being said, I used to obviously trade on Binance as well. Obviously, first you have to hear and learn what crypto is, blockchain is, how it evolves, rather than just joining the trading signal groups that you follow, right? The learning is essential. And obviously, the best thing I would say, the main concept that I learned about was about risk management and the risk reward ratio and the importance of it. So now, coming how I landed to Binance or how I started my crypto journey in general, after trading for about 2 to 3 years and working with a tech startup, and obviously you have been trading for a while now, there was an opportunity which, because Pakistan, if you know, ranks almost on sixth when it comes to crypto global adoption index. So there's a lot of user base that we have in Pakistan for Binance users mainly, and when it comes to crypto in general. So there was a position of community manager. They were looking for on-ground activations. I think we have done a few more events in Pakistan as well. Almost in every city, we have sponsored some big tech events as well. And we have got some speaking slots where we are trying to get more visible. Obviously, the road and path is obviously getting regulated in all parts of the world. That's the main goal for Binance in general now. But again, obviously, just to make people aware about the concept, what benefits crypto or blockchain provides, or what this Web3 ecosystem is all about, I think that's the main purpose we have for Pakistan region. Over to you, Mary.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you. So Binance was the first exchange you trade on with crypto.
Oh yes, definitely. Because so it won't be wrong if I say 2017 was the
Yeah.
high time when people were hearing about Bitcoin, and there was a lot happening in the market, right? And if you make some quick gains and you haven't survived a bear market, maybe it's really difficult for you to actually know about the crypto space and how to cut your losses and make the most out of it. Because I see a lot of people here, obviously complaining that you can't actually make good money with crypto, and that actually makes me sad that there's still a lot of education that needs to be done. People are actually reluctant to learn about the concepts. They are always looking for trading signals. This is the ideology which I obviously do not recommend to the people here. So our main purpose is mainly to educate users about Binance, and the reason I traded on Binance, obviously, and why it was my first priority as an exchange, obviously because of the value it provides, the security it provides, and there are whole lot of benefits that Binance offers. And if we go in the details, obviously, it would take some time of the users.
Hmm. Yeah, Binance is the biggest out there and has been for I think 3 years, the biggest exchange, right? The most well known as well, that everyone maybe start with or knows about. And yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here, Rohan. Can you see your friend? Is he here already?
I
Or
don't
your
see
colleague?
him. I don't see him. Let me give him a call. Just a second. Just last try.
Let's see if he can join as well.
I think due to
So,
some issue, he isn't able to join as of yet. So we can continue. So
okay, we will ask you then, Rohan. No worries, no problem. So you talked about education, and I saw that you on Binance have this educational program or trying to help with this problem, or not maybe problem, but that many doesn't really understand what crypto is. And if you say crypto to people out there, they think Bitcoin. They don't know that there are like thousands of others of cryptocurrencies or other coins or tokens out there. So what is it that you do on this educational program? What can you learn with Binance?
yeah, I think that's a pretty interesting question that would educate masses. So obviously, I think there's a Binance Academy that majority of the users are aware of, or just in case if you're not. So Binance Academy is a platform where we educate masses about the potential of Web3 and how users can benefit from it. And when obviously I say about the Binance Academy, it's not just confined to articles or a particular language support that is just confined to English or Chinese. We have about 25 plus languages that we are supporting so far. We have more than 400 articles that are already live, ranging from like fundamental analysis, technical analysis, to basic education, how you can set up a mining machine, what is crypto, what is blockchain. So now coming to the efforts that we do, apart from like the online academy that we have, obviously anyone can learn from internet, from YouTube tutorials about crypto, blockchain. Then when I talk about the on-ground efforts, the offline efforts that we do. So what we do is like weekly webinars on our Binance Live platform, on Twitter Live. We educate masses. Then we have a different program. We conduct masterclass in top-notch universities of Pakistan or all around the world. So that's the aim of Binance, is to educate masses. So we do that via workshops. we tell people we target different art schools because I think that's an interesting shout here. When we talk about art schools, we can pitch NFTs. That's an ever-growing space that the community is really interested in. I know there's a rough patch when it comes to bear market for the NFT space, but again, I think this is the high time that we learn ourselves and obviously get ready for the bull market when it comes. We are ready with our efforts and portfolio that we can obviously capitalize on. So I think this is something that we all should look forward to. So if I have to sum up, when it comes to the efforts that we are doing, it's more like articles, localization materials, webinars, offline events, speaking slot, workshops that we are conducting, and officially collaborations that we are ready to do with different universities by signing MOUs with them and to provide course curriculum to them.
That's good. So how many people have joined this academy or have gone through it? Can you know that, or do you have to like register to do it, or is it free for everyone?
So for Binance Academy, you do not have to register. You just all you have to do is like just visit the Binance.com. There's an
Mm.
scroll down. There's an Academy materials. For that, do not have to register or something. You just have to learn. Learning is for free. And if we talk about the achievements that Binance has, like we have around globally 120 million users, right? So there's a lot of volume that's increasing day by day. The first part was tough when we have to educate masses about the crypto adoption, how people can actually benefit from it. But now the next billion, I personally believe, would be much easier because people really want to learn now. Everyone has heard about Bitcoin, crypto, blockchain, all the fancy terms that we use. So now they're actually interested in basically at least knowing them, like what it is, what people are doing. Everyone talks about it. NFTs have a craze, metaverse. There are all the fancy terms that we hear on social media. So I think everyone wants to benefit from that. And when we look at the trading volume, that's increasing day by day. On so if I'll give you the example of Binance. There are almost $80 billion average trading volume on Binance every day. 2.4 billion plus BNB chain transactions. And again, then we have Binance card numbers that can obviously it's a lot.
So those numbers that you mentioned now, does they go down a lot during like now the bear market, or does people still trade and try to make money in the bear market as much as in the bull market,
So
in the bull run?
the numbers are obviously affected because there is a trading volume that we see a decline in because if you have invested and you have not put up a stop loss or you get liquidated, the trading volume does get affected because the investment uh, gets stuck. But I think when you learn a lot about it, so it's a good time to take an entry. People know about it as well. So the main misconception that I have regarding the bear market was that people actually do not invest much in that, but that's not usually the case. People are waiting for the right time as well. So there's a dollar cost averaging concept that people even do that now. So they are buying more and more with each passing day. We see a positive rise in numbers with every passing week, though we are in a bear market, but still we see a green and positive increment. But if you look at the total number, you might see a decline on that front.
Yeah, okay, that's understandable. So what would you say, is Binance doing something special during this bear market time? Do you like um, get together and try and work and get more projects done, or what is the bear market for Binance? I mean, it hasn't been around
I think
that many bear
that's
markets, maybe, but
I think, Mary, that's an interesting question. So that's a question that we get a lot as well. So our focus for this quarter has been more towards the community engagement side. I think you guys must have heard CZ saying that we're going to focus more on the local meetups. So what we are planning is that we want to engage with the community in person. In every country that you might see, we will be like doing almost 2 to 3 meetups, maybe small meetups for about 50 to 100 people, but just to make people aware of the concept what crypto and blockchain is. So I think this is the best time to learn and build. So what people usually think that we look at the charts all day or Binance might also not survive after a while. There are a lot of speculations, but I want to assure here with this platform as well that we are here and ready to survive for like a good number of years. We are obviously mainly focused on building futures. We are very healthy financially. So it is nothing that people should be worried about. And it's more, our focus has been towards the learning and the education part. But because what we want to deliver is to educate masses through various platforms. We are working with different governments around the world. We are working with different educational institutes. We have been working in different with different NGOs as well. So the point to mention this is like we are working with all sectors to contribute and make people aware that there's a negative image that crypto has or the blockchain has that we want to remove from the minds of people, that it's a Ponzi scheme. There's a lot of potential benefits that we want to highlight. And I think for any government to, or any for state body to even learn about, or even to the people, they want to know what good people or what good crypto has done for the people. So I think the welfare efforts that different exchanges around the world have been doing, or the Binance has been doing, we have supported. I think the different in different regions. I think we have donated in like Russia, Ukraine crisis. We take the example of even in Afghanistan, Binance provide vocational training. We taught people, taught ladies how they can earn money by coding and all that stuff. We funded that. So the main purpose of these, to mention this, is obviously to make people understand there are a lot of welfare efforts that this Web3 has enabled for people. So it has changed them for good now. So I think this is the best time for people to learn and educate themselves. So when we come up with the bull markets, there's a lot that you're going to make and obviously invest. No financial advice attached.
Yeah, I agree with you. This time is for education and learning more about what's happening and yeah, what you can do later on in the bull run. Everyone is waiting for the bull run. And I could ask you, when do you think it's gonna come? I know you can't know that, but
We do not. We,
what do you think?
I think this is not the question that one should ask, and we don't provide any financial advice to anyone because no
Yeah.
one can obviously tell you about the market psychology. The price fluctuates due to market psychology, but what the most important point is the fundamentals have not changed. Like we at Binance look at landing and borrowing protocols. We look at the mechanism, risk controls. We evaluate ourselves during these times as well. So I think it is important for people to understand, just in case if we are in the bear market, and even in the future, market psychology reacts, or if Bitcoin breaks about the all-time high again. So people should be ready to survive that as well. They should know how they can tackle that and come out of it. They should have the strategies ready for that. So they should focus more on the use cases, on the projects that they should invest on. But I think 2 years onwards, there would be a positive side that we can look at. But again, there's no financial advice that anyone can provide. It all depends on the market psychology, how the external factors play around. But it's more important that we focus more on the education part and the learning part, so we are able to like tackle and trade in every market cycle that we are that we encounter or we are part of.
Hmm. Let's talk a little bit about a project that wants to join Binance because everyone wants to be on Binance. When you're on Binance, you're a big coin or you're a big project, right? So I also read that you have like an incubation program for new projects. I would like to know a little bit about that if you are the right person to ask that. How can projects join? What's the criteria? What do you look at in a project? What's important for Binance?
I think that's an interesting question when it comes to the incubation program, and these are the efforts that are being done in different regions. So what we are doing is the main purpose of our incubation program is obviously we look at the team, the core developers, the community that they have, what use case they are trying to solve. With the incubation program, we are trying to facilitate different startups, different good projects that have a utility, and they have a plan for like good 5-10 years how they're going to survive. Because I know the community is super important for us. There are a lot of I know, you know that it's not difficult to create a cryptocurrency nowadays. So we see a lot of projects that are listed on different exchanges each day, and there are a lot of scams that happen as well with the passage of time. So we at Binance, we try our best to scrutinize every application that we do. So if we receive an application that anyone can apply for, if you have a good project with a good utility, we provide you funds, we provide financial assistance. Not only that, we have a specialized team that helps with the BNB chain network as well. Just in case on the development side, we have a DevOps team that even provides training free of cost for the good projects. We fund them, we provide them training, occasional trainings as well. And it's totally about the utility, the white paper, what value it provides to the end user. And because the impact that we see that project gonna share in the near future, because we want to survive, we want to obviously want to we want to keep our users safe, because that's the ultimate goal that we have, to keep our funds, as our obviously use CZ says, your funds are safely at Binance. So we have a reserve fund for that as well. So funds are not compromised. So this is something I think, because our main focus is that we should, or any project should not shatter the confidence of the Web3 community. We have a lot of people, the new joiners, joining us each every other day in different events that we do. There are new joiners. They ask us the simple questions that whether my money is safe, I have hard-earned money, this is a small amount that my home runs with, XYZ, some questions. So the user, the community is what we are focusing on, and I think that is something that Binance incubation program is what mainly targets as well.
Yes, very good. Just to ask, is Hamza coming now, or so we don't forget about him?
I,
Hamza.
I think he's unable to join due to some reason. He couldn't join us today.
Okay, okay. So let's move on then. So is if you as a project get applied or get into this program, this incubation program, are you then sure to get listed also after this
No,
time is up? Or
okay, so there's no guarantee of listing a project on that front as well. Our team basically evaluates the criteria, the metrics that are available at the moment, or what use case white paper, or the team has to provide, what value impact it has to create. They
okay.
try if they reach to a certain level that we think that this project has the potential to be among the top projects in the near future. So definitely Binance going to invest them and uplift them, because we want to work with the Web3 community. So that's our main goal within
That's
the
good. So how many do you take every year in this program?
I
How many
think there's,
projects?
so for the number, we do not have an approx number that we can quote, or we are not allowed to share the metrics otherwise. But
Okay,
there's,
okay. Sorry.
this, what we want is like the value, what value and what impact it creates for the user or for the
Yeah,
community. So masses can
that's
benefit.
true. So I was thinking if you would want to share more about your story and what you like the most about working in Binance. What's the best?
I think working with Binance is like the freedom that you get to work with. Like in Pakistan, for example, for any organization that you work with, you get a particular designation that you have to work for, right? You just work, for example, if you're a social media manager, all you have to do is just manage socials, right? At Binance, you get the liberty to like take initiatives. They empower you, they grant you with everything. You have the funds, you plan it. Obviously, you have to provide the KPIs. So I think best thing about Binance is the trust they put in yourself. They have given you the market. Now you're gonna be dealing with different influencers, KOLs. How you think you can grow the community in your best capacity? You may be working with a day, single day, you may be working with different sponsors, different KOLs that you have on board, and obviously you can work with social media, the mainstream KOLs as well. So I think for the crypto community, for Binance, they are empowering their users, their employees. We recently were on a hiring spree where other exchanges were like laying off people. Binance was there to support users that, and to empower, and obviously to reassure the current employees that we are here to stay and there's nothing you should worry about. Your focus should only be on the building side. So I think that trust, sense of empowerment is what I like the most about Binance, and I think where you can feel trusted, or being your task is dedicated to you and you are empowered, I think that is the most beautiful part for anyone working in a corporate space, at least for me, that I can say.
Hmm. So how does a day look like? I mean, crypto never sleeps. So what are your work hours? Do you
So
work
work, work
24/7?
That's an interesting question again. So we do not have a specific time because all teams are remote based and based at different locations. Geographically, we work mainly remote. So for each hours of the day, we have certain times where which is locked for the meetings globally, and obviously we consider the calendar that it's not UTC like very much affected. That there's a time for to sleep in Pakistan or very late in Pakistan, then you have a meeting at like 4 at 4 a.m. Pakistan time. So we obviously have a calendar and we organize meetings accordingly, but we do not have any fixed timings. And the best thing about Binance is they do not micromanage. So it's not just, you won't be just confined to a particular hour slot or from 9 to 6 job. It's more like You can work whenever you want to. It's more about the deliverables that you have to give and deliver at a particular time frame. So I think when you are so much empowered, you really want to work. So at times we work at like 11 or 12, and maybe at times we in the afternoon we can take a break and hang out or go to gym and all that stuff. It's totally up to us, but it's mainly about what you're building and what is the what you're giving to the community as well. So unless you're getting the job done, it is all what really matters for Binance.
Very good. So do you have like Monday meetings with CC or
So Binance now almost has about 6,000 employees. Now we are on a hiring spree with each passing day. So what we are doing basically is like not every day is with CZ. We have different teams that look after different tasks because CZ is all occupied. But it is not something that you cannot meet CZ. Or we have global town halls as well where we interact with CZ. And CZ is there to answer all your questions, whether it can be ranging from the local disbursement or reimbursement maybe, or any plans, allowance plans, to what you want to build or what you expect the organization can expect. Because I think this is the concept that was challenged by many crypto natives initially, was regarding the decentralization aspect. That as we are growing, we are hiring different people all around the world from different aspects. Some are also not crypto natives, because if you look at the industry experience, the crypto is relatively new. If you really want experts in a particular field, you might have to hire top-notch names from different exchanges that they are working for, or maybe not exchanges, some good brands, MNCs, but they might do not have crypto experience. So I think this is something a particular department looks after. And even if you work for Binance, you are not allowed to trade crypto, because they would really do not want. It's more of a conflict of interest. They really want to put your focus, employees' focus on the work that they do every day for building the community and for the users. So I think it's most important for as Binance organization. It's more like what they opt for the community, and the user focus is what is we are targeting for this quarter.
That's interesting. Did you say that as an employee at Binance, you are not allowed to trade crypto on Binance?
Yes,
Or
that's
did I?
more of a conflict of interest. So yeah, that's more of a conflict of interest for, because you do not get
Mm-hmm.
the time enough. If you're trading at
Yeah,
Binance,
yeah,
you have to get all the charts, or all the charts, all the crypto market never sleeps, right? So when
exactly.
you get hired, for a particular project, now obviously you have a lot of responsibility, because Binance do not hire a lot of people in any country. So you have like
But
very
you
few
are
people
allowed to
hired.
own crypto.
Yeah, obviously we get paid in crypto as well. So it's more like crypto. We do promote the crypto ecosystem, but it's more like that you do not trade, or you spend more time on the trading part, and it's more time you
Mm-hmm.
spend more time on the building part, the user focused part, so that your community can benefit from it. So that's the primary focus. So if you're a good trader, that's what CZ says. Binance is not the place you should be at. So if you're good at trading, go trade. And if you're
Go
really
trade,
bad,
yeah.
and you can obviously build something for the community that can actually benefit from it.
So would you say you're a bad trader then, Rohan?
That's a tough thing to say, but again, I think with the crypto, no one can be 100% sure, because there are a lot of factors that play. It's more about the risk reward ratio and risk management techniques that eventually can put you in a good situation. So eventually you do not make a loss, or even if you make a loss, the profit is more than the loss. So in the end, it's a win-win situation for you. So you should know how to cut your losses as well. So I think it's more about the learning part that I mentioned. This is something that people, I think, neglect initially as well, that you can never make a loss in crypto. So I think that's not true as well. If you make a loss, you no worries, there are bad days as well. So you have to step up, use stop losses, and again, you can take a entry at good point and make some good handsome gains. And again, in the end, if you're positive, your portfolio is positive, that is all what matters.
Yeah. Never spend more than you can afford to lose. That's what I hear.
Yeah, that's the main
I,
financial
I think
advice that
I think it's a good advice, to be honest. Don't put your house up for crypto. Uh, so let's see here. We have we have Binance is the biggest crypto exchange out there and an ecosystem. And do you have any competitors that you can feel in your back? right now that are coming? And you don't have to mention them, but uh, are you looking into those, and are you trying? What are you trying to do to stay away from them, stay ahead?
I don't think that we are trying to like stay away from them. I think we what we believe is like whoever can contribute to the growth of the Web3 ecosystem is what is obviously on our radar as well, and we really want to work together on every part. So if anyone is obviously delivering, contributing for the Web3 ecosystem, for the growth of Web3, obviously we support them as well. So when we talk about the competition, obviously there's with each passing day, due to different restrictions worldwide, there are different players who have a particular, maybe a lead in some region due to XYZ reason. And I think there's nothing one should obviously be like really concerned about. Binance is very healthy financially and stable in terms. So what we focus is mainly about building products that are like more consumer would be happy to use. The user experience is what we focus on, and we do not look at what other competitors are doing. Obviously, each and every exchange, wallet, or every Web3 trader, I would say crypto trader, is contributing to the Web3 ecosystem. In the end, what we want is like the community that's going to grow. For example, there are about 400 million people that are currently trading at crypto. And if we take at the global example, there are about 800 billion people worldwide. So we need
Yeah.
mass adoption to happen. So there's less than 5%, there are less than 5% people who are currently trading crypto. Or we have to increase the numbers. If we take an example of every household, if we have like 7 people in a house, maybe one is trading crypto. Others say it's a Ponzi scheme, or they do not understand, or some might say XYZ reason. So our focus is mainly to increase that number. So anyone whosoever wishes to contribute to that number, I think that would be healthy for the ecosystem to grow. So there's nothing one should worry about. I think, but all the exchanges or all the wallets, or they should only focus mainly on the lending and borrowing protocols. So whenever there's a bear market, or whenever the market turns around, so there's nothing for the users to lose. So they do not in the end compromise on that. And we proudly say at Binance that we try to ensure that there are users are basically not affected from such efforts that are done.
So do you even partner up with other, like maybe not competitors, but other colleagues out there, other exchanges then?
I think we have been helping a lot of people in this ecosystem. We do not take names. It can be in form of any capacity. They come to us. They want help, maybe because in the liquidity capacity, because when the bear market arrives, many are unable to sustain. And when the bailout thing that you might say, but we do not like comment on that. We might fund good projects, maybe we might help good projects that are good for the ecosystem. But again, the bad ones, the fundamentals which are not correct, and I think that would be bad for the ecosystem if we support them. Because if the fundamentals are not right, if the team is not right, or the vision is not right, in the end, the users and the Web3 ecosystem or the crypto space would get a bad name if the fundamentals are not well aligned or corrected in the meantime. So I think it's very we, as being the industry leading player, it comes to our responsibility that we are super sure about it, who we work with and who we support.
Yes. But what else is Binance then doing to improve user growth and mass adoption? How will we together with Binance get out there in the world and that everyone knows about this?
I, I think that's a very fair question when it comes to crypto space, how the mass adoption would happen. Because we see a lot of news on LinkedIn, social media that is flooded within the crypto communities. But what we see outside the crypto communities or maybe social media, that there's a lot of information and education part that still needs to be done. So what Binance has been doing globally are our focus has shifted towards getting regulated in different markets as well. So at least those people, those who still do not trust the system, or maybe they think when it's going to be regulated, there's a part that you can contribute as well. So this is the main reason that you see a lot of licenses happening globally and Binance visiting different countries. That's the first aspect that we think that would devise and that would help contribute mass that would lead to mass adoption eventually. With the rising globalization, I think it's very easy for the people, and we see a rise in the crypto numbers during the COVID time. So with this ongoing work from home approach, I think there's a lot of people even coming out of stock markets to this crypto market. They want to learn, they want to educate. So we are being really active when it comes to community engagement sessions. When it comes to PR and media outreach now, when it comes to getting licenses, even if you have seen the MENA region, they are becoming the crypto hub. There's a lot that's happening in that space. You see a lot of people coming in that space each other day. There are different exchanges. There are a lot of conferences happening. People flying around the world. So I think the noise is getting out now, and it would be really easy for the Web3 ecosystem or the crypto space in general to get the next billion users on board now.
Yeah, how long do you think it will take before we reach there then?
I think
I
it won't
mean,
be fair that we quote a right number, but I think the next 10 years would be super important for those who entered this crypto space, maybe, because I think this is something that everyone should look forward to because of the limited supply that we have for different projects that we look at. And in the meantime, we should mainly focus on the utility that we can get and what this Web3 ecosystem can provide to them. I have seen a lot of startups even in the region that we operate in. There are a lot of crypto startups that are the projects that have started locally, and even within 6 months to 1 year, even in the bear markets, they have boomed as well. So I think there is something that's happening that's totally mainly up to people whether they understand about the concept of crypto or the beauty of crypto. It's more about the strategy. So I think next 10 years would be important, but again, it won't be fair to quote the right number.
mm. So how many countries are Binance uh, in at the moment? I mean, in how many countries can you trade with Binance?
So you mean when it comes to licenses or in general?
Yeah, maybe both.
So the regulation part or the licenses part, it varies with different country, because with each country, when we look at, there have different licensing protocols. So when in each market, for example, you cannot trade futures, or maybe you cannot advertise P2P. So it totally varies with the market. So we won't say that it's regulated in all markets or the 5 to 7 markets, for example, Bahrain, Dubai, France, Brazil, Spain, or Italy, maybe. So these are not the countries that we would say we are 100% regulated, but efforts are being done. So when we talk about the adoption in the MENA region, maybe Dubai would be the hub for the crypto, for the MENA region, and France are very crypto friendly as well. So these are the main two countries we are looking at when it comes to crypto adoption, and I think those would have a role to play. El Salvador has been the good example for every country to benefit from, or how they have adopted the crypto ecosystem of the Bitcoin city they're going to make. So with each passing year, I think there's a rise in the numbers when it comes to reaching out to different countries. And obviously, there are caveats that we face in each country as well regarding the protocols or the concerns that a particular country has regarding crypto or blockchain ecosystem. And what we do is, like, we do not say that we won't operate. We are here to provide help to all the governments and regular entities in making mass adoption possible.
So how would you say that goes? I mean, is it more difficult in certain countries,
Yeah,
or because it's some
since
countries doesn't seem to understand crypto yet fully, in my opinion.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that, yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. Because the main idea behind that, again, is more about the education. People are still not aware about this concept that's relatively new, a 2009-10 technology. Even Binance was established in like 17. So we do the big players that they have heard of have taken like a while, and the generations who hold offices at the moment are not actually aware of the concept of crypto blockchain. So for that, we have been like educating people. We have resources that are flying out to each country to manage, and obviously to tell people what this technology has. We can facilitate with the infrastructure that we have currently, and we are here to adopt, because every country sees how they can have put more controls to crypto adoption or crypto in general. So that's the main concern the majority of the countries has. So any illegal activities or illicit activities do not happen. So I think they want to protect users as well. So when it comes to protection, I think it's more about the security and education front that we really need to educate people of. Some are really crypto friendly and some are not, but I think that's fair share with every other market as well.
Yeah, for sure. But I guess you are trying your best to get into every countries and deal with them as much as you can, because I think it's important that everyone can
Yeah,
have the same rights.
our doors are open for every country because when we talk about 2013, maybe it was fascinating that we hear about Bitcoin. Or maybe when social media was new and all the social media platforms were there, it was really difficult to convince people again that this is going to be the next big thing, but it is not. The future of internet is here. And it's more about
Yeah.
the easiness or the benefits that you focus on that you can get as crypto or as a blockchain or how your a startup maybe or project can benefit, and you can even start from a minimal amount. These are the options that were not available beforehand. So it's more about the approach you take and the benefits you can benefit from, and it's more about looking at the bigger picture. So if you look at the right things, I think there's a lot that you can do and explore.
Yeah, I mean, I think within crypto, we need, since we are not that many yet, comparing to the whole world and mass adoption, we need to work together and, yeah, help each other, as you said, instead of like be competitors. And it doesn't really help with all these scam projects that comes out there, and yeah, it it doesn't help our cause to get mass adoption and people to really understand that this is the future. Because where I come from in Sweden, when I ask some friends about crypto, all they know about is Bitcoin, and they still think it's used for, buying illegal things or something online and escape certain.
Yeah, I think you have a very valid point that there's a misconception regarding crypto that people have regarding that it's just confined to Bitcoin or it's just a blockchain fancy term that they use. So it's more like I think we have Hamza with us as well. So you got to have conviction that it will work, and I think when you are right, you just have to get the stamina to last until the rest of the population catches on. So it's a good time for building. So Hamza is here. If you have any question for him, feel free to shoot. I
Yeah,
think
do you want to take some questions? Maybe we can see if someone asks some questions from the audience. If you write your questions in this chat, I will try and ask them if I can. I don't know, how much time do you have, Rohan?
I think we can focus for next 5, 10 more minutes, and then we can end the session accordingly.
Okay, very good. So maybe you can talk a little bit about if you have any news coming, any exciting news from Binance.
I think
What's
the news that's these are we have the official handles that you can follow for all the official news, but I think
okay?
that would be too early to say because we do not reveal that beforehand. But the entire focus for us for this quarter and the next is more to focus on building products, and it's more about the community engagement initiative. So will be doing like mainly offline events on like a weekly basis. So I think in every market, so that's a good time for you to learn in person about crypto and blockchain space. Want to start out, or if you want to convince your family what crypto or blockchain is. So I think it's really a good time to have like in-person meetups as well. So that's the Binance focus for Q1 and Q4, obviously for 2022. I think Hamza is on the listening side. We just have to like allow him to for the mic if he wants.
Oh, Hamza is here. Yeah. Let's see. That's great. So we had Rohan the first hour, and now we have Hamza the next hour.
Hi guys, hi Mary. Probably not the next hour. Sorry for
Hi.
joining late. I wouldn't want to keep anyone waiting, but I'm more than sure Rohan would have answered all of your queries and questions. You know, we work as a team here, and
Very
yeah,
good.
I wanted to just catch up if there's any questions. I think both of us can answer it. I'll be more passive since Rohan has taken the lead, and happy to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for coming. We did not wait for you. Sorry, but we did start without you. So.
Yeah, that's all right. That's fine.
So while you're here now, maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey. How did you come to start with crypto, and what was fascinating for you with crypto? Why did you end up here?
Okay. That's a good start, I think. So I actually have a background in robotics engineering, a very different field compared to crypto. And when I got out of that field, I wanted to explore something new, something different, get into the startup space. Luckily, I got into around three jobs that were looking at different avenues. One was looking at marketing, the other one was IT services, etc., etc. One of our projects actually came in to build up a DAO, and this is back in 2019. So we got to build a DAO, and when we built it out, we're like, hey, why don't we do our own project? So that's when I got into DeFi, and we built out an exchange, which is currently on the Polkadot ecosystem. It's called Firefly. You can go check it out. This was our previous one before joining Binance, and yeah, built out DeFi ecosystem. Then got to come to Binance and work on a very, very exciting market, which is Pakistan, alongside really exciting teammates such as Rohan, to flesh out what an emerging market needs for the crypto space, actually. And yeah, that's a little bit about myself and why we're here.
Very nice. So what advice would you give to someone maybe listening here now or listening to the recording later, if they want to also have a job at Binance? What do they have to do?
Okay, that's an interesting one. So I think when you want to work at Binance, right, you want to make sure that I think number one, you have to be heavily community focused, as well as being data driven. And third, which is a very underrated point within Binance, which is that it's like a running joke between us, but within Binance, we have no good traders, right? So if you're a really good trader, probably you don't need the
Yeah,
job
we
at
heard
Binance.
that.
Yeah, we're really bad traders, all of us. So maybe if trading's not your best suit, come and try out at Binance. Maybe you can get in, and hopefully we'll work together.
So that's the main criteria. Don't be a trader.
I mean,
And
if
if you
you're
are,
good at
don't be a
that,
good one.
if you're good at that, then probably you're fine sitting on the sidelines, right? It's all right.
All right. Yeah, we had lots of questions already. I'm not sure. Rohan, do you think we should ask one of the questions to Hamza that,
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
yeah, I was wanting you to choose one that you know he's good at. No, I can choose one then. We were talking about mass adoption. That's an interesting one. What is your take on that, Hamza? What do we need to do, and what is Binance doing to reach to mass adoption?
Okay. So this one's I think everyone's answer is going to be different here, right?
Hmm.
We are
That's why I'm
specifically working,
asking you to.
yeah, we're specifically working at an emerging market. This is one of the most fastest growing markets in the Southeast Asia, and within this market, mass adoption means talking and getting to the people that not don't are unbanked, underbanked, right? And this is already an existing part of the population. That's a majority part of the population. So how do you actually get to them when you can't use internet, when you can't use maybe telecom to get to them, barring some regulations, etc. um, you actually want to relate to them at a level that's understandable for them. And for many it might mean passive earning, right? It might mean something like doing savings via crypto instead of bank accounts. It could mean remittance because most of Southeast Asia is based on remittances. It could be showing them basically a new use case that not only is reflective of their current habits, but is also a big value add in terms of less fees, faster transactions, access to community, access to chat support, right? Binance is centralized, so you have access to all of that. And within this region, this is massive, right? Apart from going to schools and universities. So at the heart of it, it's bringing value at an individual level to the people that most need it, and then expanding from there. So the next 100 and 1,000 should be the question instead of focusing on the larger 100,000, 1 million, a billion, right? Um, and we hope, and we've seen, I think, in the last year, what that focus has led to in this emerging market. So we hope to continue that, I think, and expand, scale on that sustainably to bring more value to the people on the ground.
Very good. And to everyone who joined late, we are here at Crypto Miners. My name is Mary, and we have an interview with team members from Binance, Mr. Hamza Khan, who was a little bit late, and Rohan Asif. So you know, so you don't forget about that. And what you talked earlier, Rohan, about in the bear market, you are focused on making new projects and developing new projects. So what are the projects is there to mention, you think, from that we haven't mentioned already from Binance? Is there a favorite one that you would like to
Can
touch
you
on?
come again? You asked for the new projects that we are working on. That's what's your question is about?
No, you can't tell me that, you said,
Yes.
but
Yes, exactly.
I was trying again,
Surprise.
wasn't I? No, no, I'm okay. Let me rephrase. So, which one of your current products is your favorite and why?
So I think my favorite from the community management aspect or the community engagement part is more towards Binance Academy on the educational side. And when we talk about the products, we have different products like savings, staking, BNB Vault. But my personal, if I have to pick one, it would be a staking one where you don't have to think much about it. No financial advice again. There are different products with different utilities. I think that varies from each individual to individual on a use case base, what suits a particular person regarding that. And I think you can make your own decision, the best one, because every product that we offer at Binance is highly optimized for our users, and the customer experience is what has been like the major objective while driving one. So I think there is nothing that one should worry about while trading any product at Binance.
Hmm. And Hamza, could you answer that same question, please?
Yeah, of course. For me, it's the Binance NFT marketplace right now. Reason being is that we've currently launched or revamped a free mint feature right now. Before, as many of you may know that are in the space, that the Binance NFT marketplace was a lot more exclusive, right? It was whitelist. It was the bigger artists like Snoop Dogg, etc. Right? Now it's open to everyone, and again, community is at the heart of everything we do. So anyone can, with no code required, can actually build out their NFT collection with a very low gas fees in comparison to other networks. Again, BNB chain has a very low gas fee right now, and again compared to Ethereum, etc. And the free mint is really lucrative in the sense that not only the collection is easy to make, but the royalties, everything from A to Z can be decided by the user, be it a beginner, be it someone advanced. So I feel like that's a very underrated sort of product that people need to know about, but hopefully we'll get there soon.
Very good. So there is one question here among the people who are here. Ask something about Binance seem to be more congested. I don't know if that's true or not, but how do you plan on making it flexible, please? Is that something you can answer?
If they can provide more details on where they feel it's congested. Currently, as I mentioned, the TPS, the gas, and everything's very smooth compared to other networks.
Yeah, okay. So come back with your question and maybe direct it to Binance then if you're experiencing some trouble with congestion. I haven't done that. I think it works fine. So I know Rohan said that you don't have unlimited time, and I won't keep you too long, but another question I want to ask is, do you have pineapple on your pizza or not?
Uh, uh, Honestly, I've had it once or twice. I'm not
And
averse to it. Uh,
I think that she's referring to
Rohan, we're still teammates, right?
don't start hate each other now, please.
We'll have to take this offline, I think.
Yeah, it's on recording now, so got you there. Sorry. Uh, so yeah, we have someone, maybe I should invite someone to ask a question. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, I think we can take one and then we can wrap this off.
Shilika. Did you have a question, Shilika? I'm trying to unmute her. Maybe you have to ask to speak and I will unmute you then. Yeah, so you eat pizza anyway, right?
No, actually, hi,
You
Maddie.
have pizza evenings in Binance.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you. Hi, Shalika.
Nice to
Yes,
meet you.
welcome.
I don't really have a question, but great space with Binance going on. I think they're doing like crazy stuff. I think there's so much that's happening in the pipeline. So kudos to that. But definitely, this is a very interesting space, and would love to join many more spaces coming forward in future.
Thank you, Shilika. Yes, you're welcome anytime. We have spaces here. And I hope Rohan and Hamza will come back later on too, because it's very interesting to talk about with you guys about this crypto market and Binance for sure. And would you like to say some
Definitely.
final words to our audience, or
I
is
think
there something we forgot to mention that you had hoped to speak about today? I have time.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, it's very important again to thank you guys for having us. I think it's really good to connect and share any tidbits of knowledge that we can maybe bring value at the end of the day, and again learn from you guys as well. It's a new space, it's a nascent space, and I think together we can learn and scale this up a lot more. At the end of the day, I would definitely, I think, recommend checking out what we're doing specifically for the Pakistani market within Binance Pakistan. You can check out our handles as well, where we're up to a lot of sort of events and new ideas, and both that work good and that don't. So you can definitely learn from both our failed and successful ideas. And yeah, would be happy to sort of maybe do this at another time. Again,
Yeah,
to,
you're always welcome, Hamza
right.
and Rohan.
Yeah, definitely. It has been a pleasure to be a part of this amazing space. There are a lot of like minded individuals that I had a conversation with. And obviously, Mary, you're from Sweden. There's a lot that I learned about from your side as well, of the story as well. I think this is space we're going to grow when we're going to work together, collaborate, share news that we have, and what each and every one of us is contributing to the space. So, thank you guys for having us and looking forward to something more
Yes,
productive.
for sure. Yeah, I think Sweden is one of your newest countries where you have staff now, I think, which
Oh,
is amazing.
are you planning to apply there?
And I didn't have plans so far. We'll see. Well,
That's
I'm a
so
shitty
fun.
trader, so that could be that could be good.
Amazing. We are welcome.
Yeah,
Our
look
doors are
forward
open.
to that. We'll see. Well, I
Thank
want to thank everyone in the audience also who was here listening. And yeah, as Shilika said, we will have more spaces coming, and you are all very welcome to join them. And I think Twitter is a really good place because people can accidentally just see the spaces are on and just fall into them, you know, and then they learn lots of new good stuff and new people. So why don't you all follow each other and make friends? That's perfect.
so many of you gonna get the follow request right after this space. So get ready.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks, Mary, for being an amazing host. This was lovely, and would love to catch up at another time.
thank you. Yeah, make I will friend you guys so I don't lose you. Very nice. Great to have you here. And on behalf of crypto miners, I thank you everyone for coming. So have a good one, wherever you are, guys. I don't know if you have good mornings, good nights, or good afternoons. We are all over the globe, and that's one of the most amazing things with crypto, I think. We can meet people all over the world with similar interests. So, well, to get a Lambo, I mean. Just kidding.
Soon,
We're,
all.
we're
I
all
think
gonna
with
make it. We're
Binance, you
all
can
gonna make it.
definitely get that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's really not one of my goals, but I don't judge anyone who has that as your goal. So go out there and get your Lambos, guys. See you soon, I hope.
Yalla.
Goodbye. everyone. Thank you.